Hello, Stephen Missick here, and of course I want to remind everybody about my new book. This is my doctoral dissertation, changed into book form. But when I was doing my doctoral project, one of the things I wanted to do was to go to India. Well, the real reason why I went to India, something I always wanted to do, but I was going to go confront ISIS. So going to India to retrace the steps of St. Thomas is kind of like a cover story. But I did it, right? So I wasn't lying. I mean, I just didn't tell anybody I was going to go confront ISIS and try to do what I could to confront that evil. But here, it's part of the project. So here we have me visiting places St. Thomas went, and here's the map. And so right now I'm working on the sign of the Nazarene on the side, a little bit here and there. Of course, I wrote a draft of the book. The file got corrupted, and I'm rewriting it, which is, I think it's a good opportunity because I'm rethinking certain things and trying to structure a story and how I'm going to put the information in there. But one of the sections, I've made pretty good progress. It's going to have like 5 sections in it. So one of them, it's about me going to Iraq, when ISIS is committing its atrocities. And so that's part of the story, me going to trace the steps of Thomas in India as part of the story, right? That's how I was able to, like I said, provide a cover story when I went over there, because I didn't want anybody to know I was, people say, are you crazy? You're going to go over there right now? They're killing Assyrians? And it's like, well, that's why I'm going over there. I try to expose it and fight against it and put a stop to it if you can. So I go on this pilgrimage to India. It's very important to do this retracing the steps of Thomas. And so I'm writing the book, and like I said, I got this is important for me to go back and to look at the video footage, not just of Thomas in India, but me visiting the Assyrian villages in Hasaki. And I got some good video footage of that, but also northern Iraq, which I kind of like northern Iraq. I liked Iraq. I mean, I've been deployed there for 2 deployments. I've spent a important part of my life in Iraq. So I wish we have total peace in that country and go back. And when I went back to Iraq outside of military duty, I went to northern Iraq. But it'd be nice to, when I first went, we convoyed up from Kuwait through Basra all the way to Baghdad. I've seen a lot of the country. I also went to Ramadi. My sister was stationed with me at first deployment. My brother was, well, we weren't in the same units, but we met each other in Baghdad. My second deployment, my brother was deployed with us, and I saw him in Ramadi. And Ramadi, of course, is a pivotal place in that. But anyway, I need to look at the footage, right? The film footage, because I'm writing the chapter about me retracing the steps of Thomas, and it's kind of funny. It's like when I got up to the hill, we're going to look at I think it's called Malayator. You have the 7 churches of St. Thomas, then you have what they call half churches, and you have the elevated status of the 7 churches of Thomas. But there's these other sites associated with Thomas which don't have that status. They're lesser churches. So sometimes they call them a half church. It's a strange term, but that's what they call it. So you have the deeply established traditions of the 7 churches founded by Thomas. It's like these other villages and places. Well, Thomas went here too. So it's like, okay, we'll designate you a half church. You're not one of the 7 churches, but the tradition seems old and ancient and verified. So these are important ancient traditions, and I think it's a good way for Christians in America and the Indian church. When I first went to India to do missionary work, that's what we're going to call it, evangelistic crusade of sorts. I didn't realize that Christianity is the 3rd largest religion in India. There's almost 30 million. So it's a significant. There's more Christians than Sikhs or Sikh, the Sikh religion or Sikh. I'm not denigrating that religion at all. I'm just saying there's more Christians than Sikh, and there's more Christians than Jains or Buddhists. It's the 3rd largest religion. And I saw that when I was in Hyderabad. It's just noticing, it's like, here you are in a majority Hindu country, but there's a lot of churches over here and mosques, but a substantial Christian community. And of course, that's not how people think of or perceive India. And I think we need to have greater ties between this community. Of course, this is a part of the Assyrian Church of the East where I went. So you had an Assyrian priest, Father Michael, who he helped me. He was very, very helpful. And man, that guy, he looks like he's older, much older than me. And he's a very powerful person because I want to look at what we did. This is a very, I want to put one video out because so what happened is there's this hill, and at the top of the hill is a shrine of St. Thomas. And it's a pilgrimage. It took over an hour. I didn't time it. It was over an hour. That hike kicked my butt. And here I am. I've been to combat twice. I had to carry a weapon. Even as a chaplain, when I was non-combatant, I'm carrying heavy equipment. The body armor and everything. And Father Michael is just, he's just leaving me behind pretty much. I mean, it's very strong. Might have been a little slender and an older person, but he's very powerful. So it's like, wow, here I am trying to hike up this hill, and it's taking it out of me. He just kept on plugging along. But you get to the top of the hill. What a lot of Indians do is they carry crosses, and they erect them at the top of the hill. Or it's kind of like a little mountain. And generally they do this in the daytime. Now, Father Michael, my guide, and I want to thank his Mar Oprum, George Mokum, Mar Oprum Mukum, the Bishop of India of the Assyrian Church of the East, is really helpful. He, I guess, had an audience with the bishop. He's very gracious. Let me stay at the bishop's palace. It was really a good trip to India. But we did this hike up to the shrine at night, and I don't blame him because India's a hot country, and it's going to be a very difficult climb. So I want to put together videos of all my adventures that are related to the book I'm writing, because it's been a few years, and to help me remember, revitalize my memory by looking at the pictures and videos I took. So in this video, I got to go through all the videos and put them together and watch them as I'm working on writing the book to bring things, refresh my memory, bring things back to mind I might have forgotten. So we're going to look at a place called Malayator. Now, Malayator is not one of the 7 churches. It's one of the lesser churches, sometimes called a half church, because although associated with Thomas, it's not listed as 7 churches founded by Thomas. This is more of a pilgrimage site. Thomas is believed to pray at the top of the mountain at Malayator. It's a 1-hour hike to the top of the mountain, probably longer than that. There's stops. It's such a long hike that there's like 14 stops based on the Stations of the Cross. Near the top of the mountain, there's a set of footprints that people believe that they're St. Thomas's footprints, and these miraculous footprints up there. I think it should be in the video, maybe. In the town of Malayator is the Church of St. Thomas, which is believed to be built over where he stayed when he ministered at Malayator. Traditionally, Indians carry crosses up to the top of the mountain. When people go up the mountain, if you listen to Father Michael in the video, they have a traditional song they sing, which I'm going to include in the end of this video. This is the Thoma Rambam, I think is what it's called. It's the traditional, it's the oral tradition of the story of St. Thomas in India. And it's like a traditional song and dance. It's a traditional retelling of the story through ancient forms and cultural forms of song and dance. So, what else is important about there? There's supposed to have been a golden cross at the top of the mountain when Thomas knelt on a rock and he made the sign of a cross. There's the footprints, which I spoke about. I think there's a picture of me standing next to the footprints. I remember that. The ancient chapel was struck by elephants. An ancient chapel at Kurishmundi was attacked by tuskers in the past when it used to be surrounded by a thick jungle. The deep tusk marks can still be found at the back of the chapel, so I saw that. The miraculous water spring, a well situated near the ancient chapel at the top of the mountain, is believed to be the spot from where Thomas quenched his thirst during his time of prayer. Feeling thirsty, he struck the rock from which fresh water started flowing. Pilgrims consider this water to be to possess divine power to heal ailments. I think I drank from that too while I was up there. So this is Malayator, one of the. It depends on how you count it, and like I said, there might have been. When I went over there, it was kind of hard to find what are the names of the churches exactly, what are the half churches. So talking to people, but now there's some videos on YouTube about these pilgrimage sites, and there's other traditions about St. Thomas in India. So here's everything's dark. I'm going to put this together for my own benefit to organize this. But you can come along with me in the video as we hike to the top of the mountain of Malayator. And the funny thing is, I get up to the top, and there's it's a church group up there. It's like, hello, how are you doing? And I was talking to them, and it's like, where are you guys from? They're from Tamil Nadu, which is the neighboring state in India. And Tamil Nadu is important because you have the west coast of Kerala, where you have the St. Thomas Christians. But there's also on the east coast, it used to be called Madras, now it's called Chennai. And this is the place where Thomas is supposed to be martyred. They actually have his tomb there. And so this Christian community at the top of the mountain, who made the pilgrimage before me, hiked up the top of the mountain. They're from, what was it? Tutti Booty. They're from Tutti Booty. That's what it is, Tutti Booty. So it's like, I'm from America. I'm from Texas. Where are you from? We're from Tutti Booty. So, well, it's nice. Yeah, hopefully I'll go to Tamil Nadu soon and visit the tomb of Thomas. Of course, in this video, there's like a fragment of an arm bone of Thomas. Some of the relics were returned to India, like in 1952, which would have been the 1900th anniversary of Thomas's arrival in India, according to tradition. So the Catholic Church. So Thomas, according to ancient accounts, Thomas is martyred in India, but an Assyrian merchant takes his body and it's moved to Edessa, and he's buried in Edessa. But some of his remains were left in India, and some of the relics were returned to India by the Catholic Church. But most of his relics are in various Catholic churches, perhaps in some churches in Rome as well. But when the Muslims were trying to take Edessa, the body of Thomas was smuggled out of Edessa into Europe. And Ageria, which is the first, I kind of suspect that some of the Acts of Thomas and some of these books may have been written by women. Some scholars theorize that they were. Other scholars dismissed that. But Ageria, writing year 381, she's the first definitive Christian woman author. And she went to Edessa, and they told her stories of St. Thomas, and she visited his tomb, which is a major site at the time. So most of the stories we have about Thomas are in Thomas in India. The stories about Thomas in Edessa are mostly about Thaddeus. Thomas sends Thaddeus to Edessa, and then there's mentions of Thomas ministering in Mesopotamia and Parthia. Well, a lot of the church fathers talk about Thomas, evangelized Parthia, which is Persia, but they don't really have any of the stories about that. The Acts of Thomas is just about India, but the king that Thomas preaches to in the Acts of Thomas is not a mythological character; it's a historical king, and he was a Parthian king in India, an Indo-Parthian. So there's a relation between, at that time, you had Parthian. Like today, the Afghans, both Pashto and Dari, the main Afghan languages, are dialects of Persian. So, and that was true even in the time of Thomas. We had Parthian. They're Indian kingdoms, but they're the Parthian people in India. Indo-Parthian, that's who Thomas preached to. But that's up in the north of India, but the places associated with Thomas, the 7 churches, are all in southern India. So there's a bigger story about Thomas in India as well. But this is very important for cultural and historical purposes. So and plus, I got to review this material. So it's like, you need to check out your videos of northern Iraq, of Hasaki and the Assyrian villages in Syria, and the trip to India for the book, to refresh your mind, bring it all to mind. And so that the book has got as much relevant, important information as possible. I don't leave anything out that's important. So, hope you enjoy this video. Thank you, and God bless you. And I'll be doing more Thomas videos. I think the next one I'm going to put together is, recently, Mar Opram of India, the Bishop of India, passed away. He's a great man. He wrote over, I think, 75 books. It's incredible. But he was very wise, affable, intelligent, erudite, person. A lot of noble qualities. And I was honored to meet him. So I want to do a video showing Assyrians in America might be interested in watching the Assyrian Holy Qurbana, how it's performed in India. Because I went over there and I was there for the Holy Qurbana, or the Raza, Dukrana, there's different words for it. But also, there's also a wedding that he officiated over and other events. So I want to put together more videos of St. Thomas in India. I need to put together into a documentary video. That's the whole purpose in the first place. But here we go. Hope you enjoy the content. Father Michael, what is this place? We're about to climb this mountain.
This place
It's kind of
is
steep.
called Malayator. Mala means in Malayalam hill. Malayator means a hill place. And it is believed that St. Thomas came here for his personal prayer. He had gone at the top of this hill and he prayed there on the top of the hill. We are at the bottom of the hill here. We are going to climb over there.
All right. Now,
And also it is believed, some historians say that one of the half church St. Thomas established here. But all historians doesn't agree with that. Some historians say so.
But all historians agree that Thomas came here to pray.
Yeah, all historians.
But some people say, well, this is one of the half churches. Other historians say, no. It's just a place where he prayed.
Yeah.
But this is unanimously agreed that this is a place where Thomas would come and pray.
For personal prayer.
Okay.
Okay.
You see me?
Yeah.
Here we are. We're about to climb this hill to go pray where Thomas prayed. It is now 9:30 p.m. It's late, and we've been going since 9 a.m. Right? So we've been going all day long. This is our third church or shrine founded by St. Thomas today. And as you can see, it's going to be a steep climb, about an hour up and an hour down. So here we are. I'm in the Army, so I'm used to this type of thing. And it's going to be a world of fun. So let us commence. So here we go. Looks like they have a track on here now. I don't see any trolley going down that track. There's Father Michael in the shadows. I'm waiting for him. We can see that this part of the road is basically even, but it looks like it goes vertical up there. Alright, all of a sudden, this terrain's going to get a little bit more difficult. Looks like the terrain's going to get difficult for me.
Is it difficult for you?
No, I can take that. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Probably good enough. I want to stop and talk.
While climbing, people used to say, which means, oh, our Godly Father, we are climbing the golden hill which you have climbed.
Yes. See if I can climb this up. So here we are. You see how steep it
We
is.
have not reached anywhere. See the cross? See the big cross here?
That's awesome. I didn't even see it.
This is the cross which people carry.
Really?
Yes.
Some people carry this up
Yeah.
here? Whew. This hill's so steep. Here. Let me get
So
in.
big crosses are there on the top, you can see.
Really?
Yeah.
Here, let me get in. We're probably
Oh, you be careful.
Be careful. So people carried this cross. We're probably a little bit less than halfway up there. And it's difficult just to climb up this hill. Can't imagine people carrying this big cross up here. But Father Michael says there's more crosses on the top.
There are more crosses on the top.
Wow.
You can see that those crosses while you are on the top.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's still on.
Thank you. And you can see it's getting more and more steep.
Yeah. We are not reached anywhere. Even the first station we are not reached. There are 14 stations.
14 stations, huh? Whew. So we made it a good ways. And now, so we don't die, there's a water stop. Whew. And then a ways to go. All right, this was like 25 minutes already. And here we are at the first station. And you can see it's divided by the stations of the cross. So we've got a ways to go. How you making it?
Yeah.
This is a pilgrim pathway up to the mountain where St. Thomas prayed. And you're saying that what we see on each side, it's kind of dark, is untamed wilderness. And that sometimes wild animals will walk. Elephants, tigers, water buffalo.
Yeah.
And
leopards are there. Common leopards and bears.
so hopefully we won't see any tigers tonight.
No. This season they don't come because there are so many people here, no? All around. It's all season.
Okay, but other seasons we might see Tony the tiger.
Off season they come.
All seasons they come. Okay. So we made it, survived up to the second station. Yay. This is another station. The fourth station. So we got 10 more to go.
Not 2 more.
What?
10 more.
10 more. Right. That's what I said. 10.
Next is Sunday after Easter.
Is she okay? She fell down. See other pilgrims going down, coming up. You can't see it very well, but that's the 5th station. So here we are, the 6th station. Man, this is kicking my butt. And you got Thomas watching over us. Gentlemen, God bless you. This is the 7th station of the cross, where Jesus falls the second time. I haven't fallen yet, but I can sympathize. Whew. The 8th station of the cross. There's 14, there's 9, so I think we'll be there soon. How are you doing? Get them in the video. What are they singing?
They are saying the litany, which means they are climbing down the hill. They are calling St. Thomas and climbing down the hill.
Yep. This is number 11, Station of the Cross. So we're getting near the end. Thank God. Station 12. 2 more stations to go. Look at these steps. Kind of, oops. A lot of obstacles so you can trip and fall and hurt yourself. This is the 13th station across. Only 1 more to go.
Different places.
This is a cross over here. Jesus loves, Jesus youth, help for the poor. All these crosses were brought up by pilgrims. And as you can see, some of them are quite large. And just coming up here, it's about to kill me. Here. He just pointed at me. We're almost at the top now. And you can see here, oops, crosses that pilgrims have brought up. They carried this as they came up to the top of this mountain, which is where Thomas would come to pray. And there's a whole bunch of crosses over here. There's like little mounds of crosses here, here, over there, and even over behind us. Look at this.
Different places, you know. From the different parishes of Kerala, they bring this cross.
These were different communities in Kerala of Christians. They put the name of their church or their town on the crosses that they carried up. And as you can see, there's more piles of crosses up on the very top. And as I noted, some of these crosses are quite large. Wow. Let's take a look at this cross. That's a big cross. And there's more. And there we have Thomas at the top of the hill, here to greet us. Thank you, Thomas. St. George Church, St. Joseph Church. Man, this is something else. I can't imagine. It took a toll on me. Just walking up this hill. I can't imagine carrying a cross that big. I'm sure they took a lot of rest stops. So here we go. So let's keep recording. I think it's time for a Coke and a smile. Pilgrims, I don't blame them.
Yeah, these are not Malayalis. They came. They are from Tamil Nadu or Kannada.
Tamil Nadu?
Tamil Nadu.
From Tamil Nadu. God bless you.
Thoothukudi.
Tutu Booty. Tutu Booty. From Texas.
Texas.
Who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll go to Tutu Booty. That just doesn't sound right. Hi. Hello, ladies. Hello. Smile.
Hi.
Photo, you take photos.
I'll see if I can turn the flash on.
Sleeping here.
Maybe when I come back. Yes. All right, here. I need to film me come up to Thomas. Okay. All right. We made it. This is the top of the mountain that St. Thomas prayed at. What's the name of this mountain again?
Malayator.
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 Malayator. Malayator. So here we are at Malayator. Finally got it right. I got to admit, these Indian names are kind of hard for me to pronounce. So here we are. St. Thomas here to greet us at the very top. We made it. Now, I was concerned when I came on this trip that I wasn't getting enough exercise. I like to exercise every week. Spending a week in India, tracing Thomas's steps, not being able to exercise. But I got plenty of exercise today, coming up this hill. Now we got to go back down. So as I said, it's going to be a world.
No, there
of
are
fun.
things to see here. There are so many
It's
things
amazing.
to see. Yeah, there are things to see. Well, come.
I'm amazed. So what we have over here is that the chapel where the stone of you pray at? I guess we'll find out. All right. Tell us about this. Could you tell us about this chapel here?
This chapel was established in 1595. This is the oldest chapel in this area, and it was rebuilt in 1968. Until that time, it has been a place of wild animals, and now the wild animals are chased out, and they are maintaining it as a pilgrim center.
As a what?
Yeah.
But this chapel is to commemorate the place where Thomas would pray, and it was destroyed by wild elephants. Down this hill is just a big jungle, right?
Yeah.
So if you slide down there, if you trip and go fall, you just slide and...
But when St. Thomas came, it was not a wild jungle like.
It is now.
But there was a way to a Pandya Rajya. It is said that in the historical book, it is said there was a way. There is a river here under the hill. So we could go through that river to the Pandya Rajas, which is in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka.
This is the most ancient chapel, as he said. Take my shoes off. Like people here, they take their shoes off before you go into a church. So I guess I will. Hello. See all these people out here sleeping. I don't blame them. Sheer exhaustion from climbing up this mountain to pray. This is the church. And we see Thomas here with his famous statement about Jesus, my Lord and my God. And we see a sculpture of
This is
him.
the place where Holy Kurbana take place.
Right, which is the Eucharist. Call it Holy Kurbana Syriac. So this is the chapel at the top of the mountain. And the giant golden cross. It says, "This is the rock on which the footprint, the marks of the knees of St. Thomas believed, miraculously imprinted every year thousands of believers." Yeah, I can't read it. So where's his footprints at?
I think it is that side. Is it written there? What is written there?
Is this the place where his knee print is? I think it's over here.
No.
Look. Near here, somewhere, is where the prints of Thomas's knees when he prayed are supposed to be.
You see?
Well, the
Two steps there, and
I see it. You can see a footprint right there. It's supposed to be Thomas's footprint. I see the other one, but the problem is they have this glass, which is it's kind of milky glass where you can't see through it all the way. It's a little grimy and needs to be cleaned up. But there, you can see here, there's Thomas's footprint. There's the one. It's hard to see the other. There it is. You can see the other barely right there. So these are the footprints of St. Thomas, which were miraculously left behind when he climbed up this very steep
the
mountain.
importance of this place is this is the place where St. Thomas prayed. He had his personal relationship with his Lord through the prayer. That's the importance of this hill. This hill is called as Golden Hill. Why Golden Hill is named? Because St. Thomas prayed in this hill. That's why this hill is known as Golden Hill. While climbing, people recite the litany. St. Thomas, Ponnunkurchi Muttappa Malayator, which means, our Father, we are climbing the hill, we are climbing the whole Golden Hill, protect us. And while climbing down also they say the more or less same litany. We are climbing down, our Father, protect us.
Okay, that's good.
You can also pray, where St. Thomas prayed.
Yes, okay, I'll say that. Oh my goodness. Just point at me. So here we are at the hill of St. Thomas, and Thomas probably sat here. Got his footprints over there, so he would come up here often to pray, and so I'm going to follow Thomas's example and sit down here on this mountain and maybe set up a couple words of prayer too. You can look down and you can see that's where we came from. Whew.
Maybe around 1,000 feet high, no?
Yeah, it's pretty high. That's good.
This is the place where St. Thomas prayed. And Stephen also is praying and sitting and getting a breeze.
Getting a nice breeze. Yes, pray for
Good climate.
pray God would help us.
We have a bad climate in Kerala at this year. So you pray for good climate.
Pray for the blessings on all the Christians in India and around the world, especially those who are during persecution.
No.
That's good. So how did you like the climb? Did you like it? You like St. Thomas, this mountain? Now they're not talkative.
Let's stop the talking.
They were very talkative until the camera came out.
You talk something. He is taking video camera.
Did y'all like climbing the mountain?
Yes.
They are tired, they say.
I'm tired too. But we're headed down.
Where are you from?
I'm from America. Where are you from?
Alapura. Kuttanadu.
Tamil Nadu?
Famous place.
Article.
Artingal Basilica. Do you know?
Article is not in Kuttanad. Article is not in Kuttanad.
Kuttanad. Padinyaru.
Maybe.
Longu Padinyaru.
I know. I am from Muhammad.
Okay. We are intimate friends.
Maybe I'll go to Tamil Nadu sometime.
So many times.
All right, we're gonna go. God bless you.
Okay.
Okay.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Night.
Here we go, down the precipice. Steps. Whew.
You stand here because shade is there.
Yeah.
Come here. Relax.
I think you see a little bit better.
This, if you take it from here, it will be better.
Yeah, it's another footprint. Perhaps another footprint of
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. He's leaving his footprints all over the place. And then there's the way up there. Still got a ways to go. Be careful. Saw the jungle noises. Whatever that is. So here we are, walking down the last steps. Treacherous steps, and then we're done. We finished. There's still a lot to trip me up. This sculpture is probably a sculpture of the belt to the Virgin. What happened is when Mary died, Thomas returned to the Holy Land. And he wasn't present when she was buried, but he saw her ascend into heaven, the assumption of her body, and she gave him a gift, her belt or girdle. So that's what's happening in this picture. He's holding the girdle of the Virgin Mary as she ascends into heaven. So this is the monument to Thomas here at the base of this pilgrimage center. What is this?
This church is known as Adivaram Church. It means the bottom church. Bottom church. This might have been the place where St. Thomas lived when he was in Malayator. He had gone for prayer to the hill area, but he might have lived here. And there is a river flowing through this way. ആ നദി എവിടെ കൂടി ഒഴുകുന്നത്? പുറയിലാണോ? താഴെ. ആ, there is a river flowing through that way, and he might have come by the river to this place.
So this is one of Thomas's.
Yeah, where
He lived.
It might be this might be the place where Thomas lived. This way, now it is known as the Basilica Church.
The
You just
Basilica
have a
Church.
glimpse over here.
This is the old church, the original church commemorating where Thomas stayed when he was ministering in this area, and this is the new church. So we're going to go look inside, I guess. It's a very beautiful church here. This is Mary giving Thomas her girdle as she ascends into heaven. Very famous story about the Virgin Mary and Thomas. And you have Mary being crowned, it's Catholic tradition, crowned Queen of Heaven. And beautiful altar, St. Thomas Basilica here. Beautiful. It's the original basilica before it was enlarged. It's beautiful. It says, the plenary indulgence is granted to those who visit and pray at St. Thomas International Shrine, Chris Monday. Can be received by those who visit and pray in this church, provided they are physically unable to visit. Chris Monday.
This one is the Sunday after Easter.
Sunday after Easter. International Shrine to Malayator Charismudi. This looks like a very ancient cross here.
ക്രിസ്തുദേവന്റെ ശിഷ്യൂത്തമൻ ആ തിരുശേഷിപ്പു നിന്നിടുമെന്നും ഭക്തജനങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്വർഗകവാടമാ മലയാറ്റൂർ മലയും കേറി ജനകോടികളെത്തുന്നു അവിടത്തെ തിരു മലയാളക്കരയിൽ ഈശോ മിശിഹായുടെ തിരുനാമം നിലനാട്ടിയ മഹിതാത്മാ വിശുദ്ധ തോമാശ്ലീഹ. മലയാളക്കരയിൽ ഈശോ മിശിഹായുടെ തിരുനാമം നിലനാട്ടിയ മഹിതാത്മാ വിശുദ്ധ തോമാശ്ലീഹ. പരിശുദ്ധ തോമാശ്ലീഹ.
Encounter at the feet of the risen Lord when he exclaimed the immortal profession of faith, "My Lord and my God." There is a very strong tradition that soon after the resurrection of Jesus Christ, he came from Jerusalem to South India. He set foot on the shores of Kerala at Kodungallur in 52 AD. He baptized several people and found 7 churches in the following places: Kodungallur, Palayur, Parur, Kokkamangalam, Niranam, Nilakkal and Koilan. He preached, wrought miracles, and labored for more than 10 years in these 7 places. He made people embrace Christianity. After his labors in Malabar region, he went to Mylapore in Tamil Nadu along the Coromandel coast. Even here, he was doing the same, teaching, preaching, and drawing a large number of the oppressed and suppressed into his fold. His conversion activities incensed the orthodox, and enemies from their rank vowed to finish him. He had therefore hidden himself at a cave in Little Mount. The enemies did not leave him. They followed him for a period of time with vengeance. At last, one day in 72 AD, he was chased and was martyred at a place now known as St. Thomas Mount. Later, he was buried at Santham Church.